Last night I found myself running neck and neck with a train. The ground shook between us as the darkness moved out of the way. Not moving too fast to jump on and ride for my life. Leaving my troubles behind somewhere in the night. But I'll never leave on a midnight train. I've got too much to lose. But sometimes I feel the fire in my eyes when a train whistles blowing blue. The train's disappearing as it finds its way out of sight. But my heart's left racing from escaping on a 3-minute ride. And now I hear the sound of a whistle that's saying goodbye. And I'm already missing what's leaving and passing me by. 'Cause I'll never leave on a midnight train. I've got too much to lose. But sometimes I feel the fire in my eyes when a train whistles blowing blue. I'll never leave on a midnight train. I've got too much to lose. But sometimes I feel the fire in my eyes when a train whistles blowing the blue.
And Scott McQuigg there, and great song there he wrote. And we got all the guys down at the Clarke County Emergency Management trying to figure out how to sing. David, how in the world are you?
I'm fine, Scotty Ray. How about yourself?
Well, I know that y'all are busy, and I'm not even sure that you're going to get to leave the office at all tonight, are you?
No, I got my cot set up here in my office.
So, all right, let's talk about Clarke County and what is expected. What's coming?
Well, the last weather briefing we had at 11:30 this morning, they were saying, we could expect winds 35 to 45 miles an hour with gusts, maybe 50. At that time, the storm was supposed to be going pretty much up the Mississippi River. Now it made that north turn faster than what they had expected, so it's going straight towards Jackson right now, and that's going to put it a little bit closer. So our winds could go up another 10, maybe 15 miles per hour. We're still not talking about hurricane force winds. We're going to be talking about tropical storm force winds.
That's around 40 miles an hour.
Yeah, and the gust could be, like I said, up 55 or 60.
Right. All right.
But,
looking at it right now, I'm showing 120 miles an hour, moving northwest at 10 miles an hour. And this was at 7 o'clock, about an hour and a half ago. And again, moving northwest at 10 miles. It's still a Category 3.
Yeah. And they've been showing it going northwest, but if you've watched it very long, you can see that it made almost a straight path for north there for a long time. So if it continues on that path, then it's going to be closer to us when it gets, when it gets up closer to Jackson. It'll be closer to us. And what they're talking about is 4 to 8 inches of rain tomorrow, and you could have some localized areas, where it's even up to 12 inches. And our biggest fear is we get all this rain and then get the wind.
Right.
The ground will be saturated, which a lot of places is already saturated now. But you get that wind, you're gonna have trees coming down, and you have trees across the road. You got power lines down. We're going to have power outages. That's kind of what we're expecting.
I've got it pulled up, and what everybody's looking at is the eye of the storm when it comes up off where it crosses I-20, and it's in between Vicksburg and Edwards is where it is, to where it was on the west side of Vicksburg, now on that east side, which makes it, as you just said, a little bit worse for us.
Yeah. And it's it could still wobble either way. It could go back west. It could come further east.
No,
these things are hard to predict, but the biggest thing is be prepared for the worst and then hope for the best.
Now, with the information that you've analyzed, and you may not have an answer to this, it just may be too far out and not enough information. But if you live in Clarke County, what area right now, as this thing comes in tomorrow, has a bigger chance of seeing more severe weather than the other parts? Where would you say that might be, or is it the entire county?
I think it's going to be the entire county, Scotty Ray, because earlier today they had tropical storm force, tropical storm warnings up as far north as Clarke County. Now, when that thing made that little jog toward the east and didn't go, or made that turn quicker toward the north, then they changed that, and tropical storm force warnings are all the way up to Columbus. So you're talking about 100-something miles difference from this morning to this afternoon about where the tropical storm force winds are going to be at. So I think all of Clarke County is going to be in the ball game. Of course, the further north further south and east that you get is probably going to be the hardest hit area, because the storm winds are going to be coming from that direction.
Now, I've got this pulled up, and right now, Clarke County has got a tropical storm warning and a flash flood watch. Now, I think they've got a general tornado watch out for everybody, but it hadn't officially gone under one. I think it's just been said that it's the possibility of tornadoes. Am I right on that?
Yes.
Now, how much, if you had a wooden nickel, would you bet that we're going to see some tornadic activity out of this storm in our area?
Well, I'd bet the whole nickel. It's hard to say where you're going to see it at, but like I said, it's already hitting down from Mobile over to about probably Gulfport or somewhere in there, and that's all moving north, or going to be moving north. So I think we're probably going to be right in line with it. So I think we could very easily see some tornadic activity.
All right, we've got a tornado warning right now. Let me see what county this is. Southeastern St. Tammy's Parish in Louisiana, also Hancock County in southern Mississippi, and Pearl River County in southern Mississippi. And this is on the outskirts of Slidell is where this is. And that's until 9 p.m. So we got 31 minutes remaining on that tornado warning. So very serious.
It hadn't been, but just a few minutes ago, I was at the Emergency Operations Center, and they had one just east of Mobile Bay, and then there was another one looked like it was probably about Biloxi area that was under a tornado warning. So that whole anything from basically Pensacola all the way over to New Orleans is in the frame there that they can see tornadic activity, and as that moves further north, we're probably going to be a part of it.
Yeah, and Clarke County, I have to say this about Clarke County. There's good people there, and they always want to be proactive when it comes to storm. I've had tons and tons of calls and messages come from Clarke County of, hey, where is this? What do I need to do? Now, you hadn't been in the job very long. You've taken over.
About 3 weeks.
And,
about 3 weeks.
How you like it so far?
Well, it's challenging, but I enjoyed it when I was up in Lauderdale County. Of course, I had to retire, and I kind of missed it, and I got an opportunity to get back into it when Eddie retired, and was able to work something out with the board. And so I'm here,
I won't even go into the subject of me and you both ended up somewhere in Texas working to try to make a living at one point.
Yeah, that's a nightmare.
Yeah, well, a little bit different, but I'm a homeboy, and I
Yeah.
sure like it here. Now, one of the things that I've noticed in Clarke County Hot Topics had this posted earlier in the week, or maybe it was last week, that you're looking for everybody in Clarke County that has a storm shelter to call your office and notify you so y'all can mark it in case there's a tornado or anything. You want to explain that?
Yeah. What we're doing, Scotty, there's a lot of people in our county that have storm shelters. The problem is none of them are addressed, and we have no idea of knowing where they're at. So if they will call into our office and give us their information, we'll contact them once we get started, and we will actually go to their home and we'll look at where the shelter's at, and we'll GPS it exactly where it's at. So if somebody's got 20 acres and their house sits on one side of it, their storm shelter sits on the other side, which hopefully that's not the case, but if it was, we would have their house address, but we wouldn't have a clue where the storm shelter was at. And so we go out and GPS it, we'll know exactly where to go. And if they have a tornado and they're in their shelter and a tree falls across the top of the lid, and they can't get out, then hopefully we'll be able to find them before they perish.
Right, and that's real important. So I urge everybody listening that is in Clarke County to contact your. What is the number, David, that they can call to report this? I caught you off guard, didn't I?
You did. I'm still trying to learn these numbers down here. My cell phone is 601-513-4483.
Okay, we'll do that.
And they call that, and they can get on Clarke County Hot Topics. Get their information, and we'll get back in touch with them.
All right, I'm gonna pull this up from Clarke County Hot Topics while we're here, just so we'll have this. It can't be too far down. I remember seeing it last week. A couple of wrecks. Y'all stay busy with wrecks in that neck of the woods.
Oh yeah.
All right, give me a minute. I'm coming on down. Chad, there's sandbags. Yeah. All right, I think that's it. All right, 776. Let me pull this up where everybody can see this. 776-2256 is the number to call your office. So
that's correct. That's correct.
It takes a little time to remember. I am horrible at remembering numbers and all of that. So as we go into this, when should we expect weather to start occurring in Clarke County? What's your bet of your timeline there in Clarke, and when do you think it'll be out?
Well, of course, you're going to see some rain bands probably move through, throughout the night. But the worst of it, they're telling us, should be here between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. tomorrow. Okay.
And that's a chance of heavy rain, flash flooding, and the possibility of tornadoes in the area.
That's correct.
All right, David, I appreciate you coming on with us. I know that y'all are busy planning out your overnight and what's going to happen tomorrow. I won't keep you any longer, but congratulations on the job. And thank you for coming by and spending a few moments with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Again,
bye-bye.
David Sharp, the Clarke County Emergency Management Director, and we appreciate him coming on. It means a lot to have somebody in authority where you go right to the source and you find out what's going on. So they've got a lot happening there. I spoke, and let me find this. I spoke with EMEPA just a little bit ago. Let me pull that up. She says that EMEPA is in a waiting game right now. They've got some facts on their page, and let me go there and pull that up. I didn't have that pulled up before we started, but I'll do that. And here that is. As we pull up, this is it here. As we brace for this, damage assessment teams, service members, right-of-way line, and crews will not be deployed until they're safe to do so. So keep that in mind. You can visit EMEPA Electric Power Association. You can go online and find this. We will be on top of this starting bright and early tomorrow morning, tracking this. If something happens during the night, I'll come back and do that. So I want to thank y'all for coming by again. Again, let me say some thank yous to Snowden & Company Real Estate, EMEPA, Citizens National Bank, also Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, Lauderdale County Farm Supply, Eastgate Tire, San Marcos, Talbot Enterprises, the Precast Group, SMI Automotive, Sanders Gas, Chest Paint and Body, Why Not Motorsports Park, also Freeman's Tractor, Masterflow Plumbing, Godwin Cleaning Services, Brookdale, Maple's One Stop Shop, along with Kim's Photography and Graphics Guru. Those are some of the folks that help us. Thank y'all for coming by tonight. I will be back bright and early with more reports as we track Hurricane Ida coming to our area. Thank you so much. We'll be back.
Scotty Ray's weather is brought to you by